Hey everyone, my name is Candice, but you can call me Candy Cane. For today, I am challenging myself to do some coloring and a word search, one at least, of each one, because when I am done mothering and parenting for the day, it's good to do something for myself. And of course, I'm going to relax, do the other things I usually do, but something to stimulate my mind and to help me get some fun in before it's time to go to bed. So I created this Bible verse coloring book as well as this Bible word search. It's on my website if you're curious, CandiceCreations.com. So I'm going to start, I think, with the coloring. I'm going to pick a coloring page, and then I have this little sheet protector in case I end up using a marker. And so let me see if I can fix the camera a little bit. I'm using a tripod type thing just to make it easier for you to see. Each one has a Bible verse at the top, so you can read about it, meditate on it, and then color the bottom part. And I think that's the best because it's like a 2-in-1. And you can just keep looking back. So I have a whole bunch of coloring things, markers, crayons, such and such. So let's get into it. I'm going to do a little talking, but I'm going to try not to talk too much. For me, when I got saved, I think I didn't expect how many different seasons of life you kind of end up in and how it changes your devotion with God. Like, I already had my first son when I first was saved. He was 2 at the time when I got saved. And it was challenging a little bit making time to spend with God because, of course, I'm with Him and I have so many obligations. I think I might have been working at that time also. So it was a lot, but I would wake up early each morning and take my time to do a devotion, to write, because I would journal. I would write to God and like do prayer and everything in the front before my son woke up. And that for me worked at the time. It was like the best way for me to be able to spend time with God and not feel like pressured throughout the day, because my son really was taking all my time and energy and focus. And he was younger, so it was a little bit more attention. But as he got older, it was a little easier to add more time and things like that. But when my second son came into the picture, oh my gosh, life was challenging. There was the sleep deprivation that just comes in when you are a parent, because I was breastfeeding and everything, which I love, but it definitely does take a toll on your body. And so the waking up early didn't really work anymore. And neither did the staying up late all the time. So it became more praying by, me just praying with my mouth rather than journaling and doing devotions. It was just different. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I think in every season of life that you're living with God, you have to give yourself grace and you have to pivot. Like, you have to see what works for that season, because in this circumstance, God has given me a blessing, and even though He's given it to me, I'm still given the responsibility to learn how to manage this blessing and keep Him first. So it requires grace and creativity and honestly thinking outside the box. Right now, I still have my 2 boys, but they're a lot older than that time. And so it's still hard for me waking up in the mornings because now my oldest is in school. So I've had to give myself a lot more grace and be more intentional about when I am speaking to God and being mindful of Him in this time. Being mindful of His will for my life and not allowing anything to distract me from the time I can have with Him, which can sometimes be a struggle. Our life is very covered with distractions right now, just the world we live in. So it takes a lot, but I'm constantly hearing from him, constantly wanting to know if he's speaking to me through a person, through a situation, through a circumstance, through a video, through a stranger. I'm constantly looking to hear from him, even in prayer, because God is speaking. And I remember when I had first started teaching my children to try to pray in the morning before they do anything else. And I'm not saying we're perfect, because on school days this is hard to implement, but I was teaching my children the importance of the end of your prayer being you being silent, not you talking the whole time and praying for others and thanking God and asking for help and repenting. Like, all of those things are important, but I was trying to teach them that it's very important that a part of your prayer is just quiet. It's just you allowing God to speak to you and saying, "Speak, Lord, I'm listening." Because if we're not taking the time to listen, we could be missing so many answers to the very questions we're asking for help with. Imagine having a conversation with somebody and you're like, "I'm going through this, this, and this, and I'm just not sure what I should do. What do you think I should do? And what's the best method of handling this situation? What is the wise choice here?" And right as they begin to open their mouth, you just keep talking and you keep talking. Imagine if they had the answer and you couldn't hear it because you were too busy talking. So in those moments, I try to be sensitive, even hoping God will give me a vision through like that means of giving me an answer. And he does. It's funny how when you expect things from God, when you don't look at it as if it's not your right given to you by him, you will be surprised at the things God will do, how he will communicate, how he will speak to you, how he will answer you, how he will show up. He is my awe and my wonder. He never surprises me enough. I'm never surprised enough. There's always something more than I could ever anticipate. Even if I have a thought of something, what makes me happy is the mindfulness of God, that I could have a split second thought and he would answer and he would make a way for me in something that I would assume he wouldn't care about. And yet he made a way. I've just been focused on that nature of God that is very intentional, very loving, very considerate, very compassionate. And I think we're lacking that a lot. That is a part of Jesus that I want to embody so much more, because it is rare. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's been so intentional and considerate and mindful of me, nor will I ever, honestly, but I don't think I've met anyone who could even compare. It's a rare thing, but it's a beautiful thing to experience God and to know him in all the different aspects that he is, as a father, as a friend, as the one who will be your refuge, as you read your shield. He'll be your safe place, your protector. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him and he helps me. My heart leaps for joy, and with my song I praise him. Who will be your joy? Who will be your great reward? Who will be your vindicator? God is even a friend. So many reasons we have to look at God in pure awe and wonder, because he is everything in one, lacking nothing, completely lacking nothing, even though he cares for all his other children. He can still be so individual with you, so intentional with you, like you're the only one in the world. That is such a wonderful mystery that God can do that. I've learned to color and not make sense. Sometimes I color things different colors. I didn't go too crazy with it this one, but I like to color things different colors than what you would always assume them to be. And I want to start coloring like that again. I used to do that, I think, a lot when I was younger. I want to get back to that because there's something beautiful about not assuming everything has to look the way you've been told it's going to look. Might just be a little different. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a little rant. And, oh wait, I just remembered. I still have to do a word search. Hold on. Let me get that done first. And then I'll say my goodbyes. Well, at least I can say I got one down for tonight. This coloring page is done. Let me bring it a little closer. It's cute. Can't see it as bright because I didn't use dark colors. Eventually I will get some cool markers, but I haven't because I want to make sure I get some that don't have a lot of toxins and chemical warnings on them. You should read those. A lot of markers, unfortunately, they have chemical warnings on them. So, in case you didn't know, now you know. So I had already done some of these before. This was the first Bible word search I ever created, and I still love it to pieces. Still very happy about it. Let's see if you can find the words before me. I'm gonna put it a little bit closer. All right. Sarah is the first word. When I do Bible word searches, I always look for the first 3 letters, if not the first 4, because it helps you to narrow down pretty quick, and then you can see if the rest of the word is there. The next word is Joseph. Joseph. The next word is Jacob. These are Bible characters, by the way, part 2. I guess the page before was part 1. When I was growing up, I used to love doing puzzles like Sudoku and all those type of things. Even like this word search, not always crosswords, but word searches and stuff. I always thought they were so fun, and I still do. It's something about them. There it is, Jacob. Next word is Samuel. That is just it's very peaceful for me, and it's slow. It's not fast paced. It's so slow. Samuel. Next one is Elijah, and it helps my brain to stay stimulated. I found oh, okay, no, I didn't. I thought I found Elisha for a second. Elijah. The next one is Elisha. It's so funny. I never would have thought I would have created these, to be honest. One, because I thought it would have been way harder to figure out how to do it. And 2, I just never thought of creating some of the stuff that I love the most. But here I am. Here's Elisha. Next one is Daniel. Let's see. Daniel, D-A-N. D-A-N. There we go. Daniel. Next one is Jonah. J-O-N. Jonah. Next one is Deborah. Or Deborah, however you say it. Here it is. Deborah. And the last one is Miriam. Miriam. There you are. All right. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little quiet time with me. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll try to do these more often. Bye now. They call her Candy Cane. And that is her name. They call her Candy Cane. And that is her name.